Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of I Should Be Painting. Today we are going to be talking about simulating tabletop games on the computer and the phone. As you know, we are running a contest for when we reach 8,000 subscribers. We will be giving away the Indominus box set, plus the Space Marine and the Necron Codex. So go ahead and give this channel a sub, not just because you like us, but also because you'd like to win something. As many of you may know, I have an autoimmune disorder, and so I have had to stay a little bit more isolated than most other people. And that means that Josh and I have not been able to do battle reports, which got us thinking about all of the other channels and all of the other ways that we can play, and we have decided that we are going to be using some tabletop simulators. So if you don't know what a tabletop simulator is, let me give you a quick example. So many board games like Catan or Dominion have a officially licensed electronic version of the game that you can sign up and you can play. Games like Magic, specifically Commander, have a third-party app called Spell Table, which allows you to play Magic with up to 4 other people online. But there are also ways of playing board games that don't have electronic versions on the computer. Now, the problem is that technically, if you download one of these simulators like Fly Casual for X-Wing or Tabletop Simulator on the Steam store, and then you download a free pack for something like Marvel Crisis Protocol or any other board game, but you don't actually own or purchase those games in the real world, well, that might constitute stealing. So I do not recommend that. However, if you do have a favorite game, such as X-Wing or Marvel Crisis Protocol or Call of Cthulhu, for example, board game, and you own it, then I think it is quite all right for you to download Tabletop Simulator to either make the game yourself in Tabletop Simulator, or find somebody who has already made it and download that mod pack so that you can play with your friends while remaining socially isolated. And I'm talking about that specifically because it affects Josh and I. So Josh and I have decided that we are going to start playing Marvel Crisis Protocol again. There is a fantastic download for Tabletop Simulator, and specifically for Marvel Crisis Protocol, and we have run a test game in it, and it is pretty sweet. Like, the graphics are good, the models are good, the rules are good, but here's the caveat. Josh and I will be playing Marvel Crisis Protocol in the simulated version over the internet, only with models that we own. So just like our old battle reports, at the very beginning of our battle report, we're going to be showing the models that we are using. We're going to be talking about their abilities, and then we'll be transferring to the digital version. Now, I'm sure this is in some sort of weird gray zone of legality and not legality, and I definitely don't want to upset the people who own Marvel Crisis Protocol, because we love that game so much, but we love it so much that we want to be able to play responsibly and maintain my health. And so in order to do that, we are going to be playing on Tabletop Simulator. And if you are in a similar situation as well, or if you just want to play with friends that are very far away, I strongly recommend that you try doing something similar. So if you are not aware, there are ways to play your favorite tabletop games, including Warhammer 40K, on a simulator, on a computer. However, the one caveat is we at CGN are only going to play with models that we own in the real world, or with board games that we own in the real world. So here is an example. I do not own Guardians of the Galaxy for Marvel Crisis Protocol. Josh does, though. And if we were in the studio, I would say, "Hey Josh, can I play Guardians of the Galaxy?" And he would say, "Sure, here you go," which means he would not be able to play Guardians of the Galaxy. And we're going to keep the same rules for our Tabletop Simulator. So if I want to play Guardians of the Galaxy, we will not have 2 Groots, because between the 2 of us, we only 1 Groot. So we are literally keeping true to making sure that whatever we play on our Tabletop Simulators, including Fly Casual for X-Wing, it is with models and rules that we have actually purchased in the real world. Now, my opinion is that games like Warhammer 40K, Marvel Crisis Protocol all of these board games, Arena Rex, should strongly look into licensing their products officially to companies like Tabletop Simulator and hiring people to make those games and making them available in some way that is fair and reasonable, and so that they are not losing money out. Maybe you could do something with the QR code that's on the box or the UPC code so you could scan it in and unlock a model. That would be great. That'd be awesome. That sounds like the future. I think we should go there. But until then, CGN rule of thumb is Tabletop Simulator for Marvel Crisis Protocol models that we own, and if you were not aware of them, I suggest you check them out. Now, to my office to take a look at the 3 favorite projects this week. I'm so excited. We took a week off from that. Let's get back to it. Well, here we are at the computer where I belong, and we are starting out at badassbases.com. I talked about this on our last live stream, and he has helped me out with some projects in the past. This is not sponsored content. I just think what he's doing is really cool, and he is a very friendly guy. We are becoming fast friends, so if you need some Mechanicum-inspired bases for your 3D printing needs, then look no further to badassbases.com. Also, if you tend to spill your pots of paint, specifically your Nuln Oil, then perhaps you might want to 3D print this as well. So this is not sponsored content. I am just a satisfied customer. Next, we are heading on over to Papercuttlefish, who made this amazing diorama out of an old holiday teacup. And what a lovely holiday teacup it is. Technically, Halloween is over. I understand that Thanksgiving is coming up next, but we all know that it's time to start preparing for Christmas, so why not start making your dioramas now? I absolutely love this thing, and I am officially challenging Papercuttlefish YouTube to a craft off. You tell me the rules. Do we have to use coffee cups? Do we have to keep it cute? What are the rules? We will figure it out. This is my official challenging, just like DM Scotty and just like Terrainaholic. So go ahead and take a look at papercuttlefish.com. Next and last up, we are going over to one of my favorite people in the whole world. We are going over to Wargamergirl Miranda, but we are heading on over to her Instagram so that we can take a look at her pumpkin. Now, every year, Miranda makes an amazing jack-o'-lantern, and this year is no different. This year, she has this awesome Dalek, and I saw it, and it made me want to craft my Space Marine pumpkin and see if I could take this cool way of carving things that you don't actually cut all the way through. It's the first year I tried to do that, and if you want to check that out, you can see it in the video link over there. But it was because of Miranda Wargamergirl that I was inspired to try and do it this year. And if you look, my poor Dremel is still covered in pumpkin. I need to clean you. I'm sorry, Dremel. I'll clean you. So if you are not a fan of Wargamergirl, you need to become a fan of Wargamergirl. So follow her on YouTube and also on Instagram at Wargamergirl on Instagram. Thank you so much for tuning in this week, and I hope you enjoyed learning about tabletop simulators and the different ways that you can play your favorite board games online, even though technically you should be paying for the models in the real world. At least that's the CGN rule. You can make up your own rules. Apparently everybody else does. If you like, remember to subscribe. If you've watched all the way to the end and you are not a subscriber, you should definitely subscribe. If you really want to help us out, give us a share. That would be great. Tell your friends about it. We're trying to get to 8,000 subscribers. That would be awesome, so we can give away the Indominus box set and the Space Marine book, along with the Necron book. And of course, if you want to take your patronage to the next level, check out our Patreon. We have gotten a whole bunch of new Patreons that'll give you access to our Discord, early content sometimes, as well as some thank yous and some easy ways to get a hold of us. So until next time, as always, we'll see you on the table.